That's the name of it.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Off-Road Independence. Today I'm inside. I'm doing a lot of video editing. I've got a bunch of videos coming out. If you haven't check out Off-Road Independence, because recently there have been videos about my interview with Marlin Crawler, the lower portion of Engineer Pass, and Poughkeepsie Gulch entrance, Alpine Loop, that's coming up. Also today what I'm coming to you about is specifically FJ Summit. I've been asked a number of times, what is the FJ Summit? What can you expect? And really, what do you get when you go? Well, the FJ Summit has their own website, which I highly recommend going and checking out. It's at fjsummit.org. And if you don't know, FJ Summit is specifically a Toyota event, even though they try to be, nice about that as well. You have a bunch of Forerunners that are out there. You have, of course, Land Cruisers of all different series, a number of FJ Cruiser guys, and even some Toyota pickup guys from the early actual pickup. And then you have some who are coming in with T100s or Tacomas or whatever like that. Now, most of the vendors that I saw out there were either sporting newer and modified Forerunners or Tacomas, specifically the crew cabs. And that's because those are the new Toyota products that everybody's using for off-roading, and those are the big deals that are out there. But I did also see running around and parked out in the parking lot and stuff some Lexus guys, and you see a bunch of cool stuff. You get to meet some neat people that have come from all over the U.S. They have very differently laid out rigs. Some of the guys have more like a California or desert style Baja rig, pre-runner, if you want to call it that. Then you have other guys that are full on like rock crawling, and then you have guys who are more of like a restoration, and then you have some overland guys, of course, out there. So that's kind of what you find as far as the community that's there. Now, this year, 2017, at FJ Summit, there were about 40 vendors. I think I counted 37 sponsors and vendors that were listed on the FJ Summit website, which, by the way, is still up even though the event has gone by. And if you go on their website, you'll find that if you register, it's going to be a cost of, let me see what it says here on the website so I don't get it wrong, $195 for the main register and the vehicle. And then each additional person without a vehicle who is 12 years of older is $65. And then if it's a person 11 years old or younger, then there's $0. You don't have to pay for them. And this includes 3 catered meals and access to all summit events for everybody. Now, with the $195, you get a few more things. You get access to all the summit events, the FJ Summit events, 3 days of guided trails, and then 3 catered meals, of course, 1 t-shirt, a vehicle badge, and then a trail bag full of swag is what it says on their website. So with the $195, it's a little steep, but yeah, it does help keep the event going by paying for it, in my opinion. I live so close, and I do all these trails all the time and stuff, and I don't know. For me, $195 for me personally right at the moment is hard to justify. Is it a bad event? No, it's not. I mean, this event is what kind of brings these vendors together. And if you're wondering what kind of sponsors or vendors are at this event, they're not shabby vendors and sponsors. I mean, you have TRD Development, which is the Toyota Racing, of course, Nitto Tires, CBI, Magnuson Superchargers, Metal Tech, Total Chaos, ARB, All Pro Off-Road, Bilstein Come Up Winch, CVT, Expedition 1, Icon Vehicle Dynamics, which is, of course, the suspension company, Marlin Crawler was there, Method Race Wheels, Nitro Gears, Pelfrey Built, Pure Auto Parts, RCI, and then the list really kind of goes on. Toyotech, RSG Off-Road, Baja Designs, I Hate Mud, BDS Suspension, Southeast Overland. I mean, there really were some recognizable and notable vendors at the event. Some vendors were a little bit more invested in the program. You could tell. It just depends on each vendor and what all they've got going on, honestly. But Bill Stein had a really sweet Tacoma out there. RCI had a really sweet Forerunner, I think it was, out there. I can't remember. I forgot to take photos of it. Baja Designs had their trucks, and all these guys are participating not only in the vendor showcase right there at the expo, if you want to call it that, which is in the parking lot and portion of a road at the back side of Ouray, but they're also participating in the trail runs. So you saw a group of Forerunners, FJ Cruisers, whatever, going down, and then you might have in the midst of a Marlin Crawler and Bill Stein, and they were showing how their products work, and you could ask them questions, and you could get to kind of know the guys and kind of figure out what their products are and that kind of stuff. So is the event worth it? If you're really into off-roading and stuff and you like that community style, yeah, it is. I think it's a good place to talk to vendors, try to get an idea of what they've got coming out, what is already out, and if you have a very specific application, it's an ideal place to talk to them about what it is that they can offer for your vehicle. Most of it's technically, like this year it was the 19th to the 23rd of July, but most of the people come in a few days early and leave a day late, so you're basically talking about a whole week's event. Now, this $195 and the extra fee for the additional people does not include lodging, so you'll have to consider that into the cost of coming out here as well. For a lot of people being out here for the first time in this area, the trails are a little bit sketchy for them. They're not what a lot of people are used to. There's high exposure or extreme exposure on one side of the trail, typically speaking, which means it's very close to the edge of your truck, and then it just drops off into a very steep cliff or the side of the mountain. So if you're not familiar with the trails, you're not comfortable, having these guides that are experienced drivers is definitely a plus. They tell you how to get your truck into position and stuff like that. I mean, we're talking about famous trails that they're doing. Yankee Boy Basin is very popular out here. Governor's Basin was snowed in at the top, but you could do most of it. And that's a moderately difficult trail for most people because it's very narrow in certain areas. There's a few off-camber waterfall crossings that you have to do that are not major for an experienced driver, but if you're not comfortable or familiar with that, then yeah, it's complicated. Then you have Poughkeepsie Gulch with the wall, and you have Engineer Pass, you have Black Bear Pass. Ophir is not so difficult. In fact, I would say it's an easy trail. That's what it's rated around here. But still, if you don't know where you're going and stuff, some people are just a little bit more hesitant. So, it can be a good option for you guys. Just keep in mind that this is what it is. You've got the price of admission to be a part of the event, actually part of the event, and then you've got the cost of lodging on top of that. Now, like I said, it mentions that it has 3 catered meals per person that pays. So every night of the event, which is 3 days, you get a meal. And from what I could see of what they were bringing out of the restaurant and eating, it was a pretty decent meal, and it smelled well. It smelled good. So that's kind of all I can give you on it, to be honest. I know that they had a bunch of different events. Like while I was there talking to some of the vendors, I saw a group of women out, and they were doing training on compasses, and that's because this year they had Rebel U out, which was specifically oriented toward women and helping them be, more comfortable in off-road driving and understand and stuff a little bit better for navigation and that kind of stuff. So it's really family oriented overall. And I think that if you're really into Toyotas and you're really into off-roading, you'd probably like the event. In fact, I had the privilege of meeting with the guys from Marlin Crawler, and the president of Marlin Crawler, Big Mike, took the time to do an interview with me. So if you haven't seen that interview, if you don't really understand why Marlin Crawler is so popular, is so, famous for what they do, check out that video. It's definitely worth the view. He explains it clearly and very well. Great job, Mike. Thanks for that. And so that's kind of what you can expect from FJ Summit. They've been doing this for a number of years now. Seems that they have plans to continue to do it. So definitely go check it out. And I hope you guys found that the video was informative. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up for a like on this video. Also, please don't forget to share this video if you can. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers I have, the more these vendors will pay attention to me and the better content I can bring to you. And then also, if you have a chance, please stop by and check out Patreon. If you just can donate $1 a month to my channel, then I could actually do a lot more with this channel. I have big hopes and plans for this channel. Haven't given up on them yet. Work has been a little iffy, but I'm doing the best that I can with what I got. So please, if you guys can help out, I can really make this channel better. So thanks again, guys. Hope to see you in the next video.